I traveled to see her in Japan. She brought her boyfriend. I Chinese 26 meters met this girl French 30F who was a graduate student at the time in Taiwan. It's time go by we get close until we get pretty intimate. Our meeting time is only last 2 months. I tried to ask if we can be serious, but she just said maybe. She keeps saying maybe because she thinks that friends will last longer compared to boyfriend. But still we get intimate. She went back to Paris and finally graduated from her degree before going to Japan. I tried to look for excuses to meet her. And I finally did meet her. Our texts are very fun because she showed some reactions, but at the same time also a little bit distant and dry. A little bit forced to try to care for me, and just putting a little bit of curiosity. One time we met I told her about a certain cough which we can visit. But the next day she was sick. The day after I tried to visit her to drop some medicine, but she didn't give me an address. So I have to go back home. The next day she felt better, but she didn't say that she wanted to meet me. I went to the cafe that I told her, didn't expect to meet her there, bringing a guy which was her boyfriend. I got very hurt because not only she get better so she went out to my recommended cough, bringing a guy, but I was expecting a lot from this girl because I tried to get intimate again. It's not her fault because in the first place, she was still trying to figure things out. But I got very hurt. She only say sorry of the awkwardness when she was supposed to be sick, but she went out with that guy. But I got very hurt because she never told me about her boyfriend and still expecting that she still care for me. In the end, she's just caring a little bit for me. I got very hurt from this, despite this is not her fault and I'm the only one who tried to make a move in the end. I got very disappointed. I don't know if we can still continue being friends. She saw me just a friend, but I keep seeing her more than friend. I feel so stupid as I know she could have found someone else and it was only just for fun. But I keep expecting from her anyway.
You cared deeply and got blindsided. She owed you honesty, at least enough to tell you she had someone else. Your pain makes sense. You just wanted clarity, not confusion. Yay. After she brought the guy, I tried to think it was a friend. So I asked her already dating. And I finally got my answer. So I finished my snacks and just left straight. Good for you. Don't keep contact with this person. She is not a friend. She put you in this uncomfortable situation instead of just being honest. Who knows what bullshit she told her BF about you when she dragged him to the cafe to meet you. Drop her. Thank you for the empathy. Keep my distance from her. Yet it is still suck at the moment. It will suck for a while, and that's okay. I think she just enjoyed the attention from you. You should try to learn a lesson and move forward. Good luck. I'm betting that the dude she went out with is not her BF, but he's a Japanese Tinder date she turned down op for. Seems like a passport gal, guessing that's equivalent to a passport bro. Seems like that's how she first got together with op in Taiwan. In short, yep, she belongs to the streets. Dramatis explosion 14. Remember, you will want to talk to her again thinking it will lessen the hurt, but it will only make it worse. Be tough. Yeah, honesty goes a long way. Gotta keep it real even if it's tough to hear. You also need to learn to recognize cues from people. Because a lot of times they won't be completely honest. Saying maybe, dry and distant texts, never a green flag. Getting sick when you are supposed to hang out. All signs she isn't interested and probably has been since she left and said she wanted to be friends. If you have to question it, they aren't interested. Recognizing it sooner would have saved you a lot of time and hurt. I think we've all had a situation like this, so I really empathize. But I do think it's helpful to point out what you could do differently to avoid something like this. In the future, you gotta be better at communicating and listening for a soft no. It sounds like you asked for some kind of commitment several times and she said she wanted to just be friends. Regardless of her why, this was a no. Often women will give men a soft no instead of a hard no. I'm not interested in dating you. I'm not saying that is a fair thing to do to you, but as a woman nearing 40, I still give almost all soft no's. Because a hard no often results in an angry guy lashing out. She might have given you a soft no because she felt guilty, still had feelings for you, or didn't want to hurt you. None of those are acceptable reasons to give a soft no, but they are reasons people give soft no's. I think this gets better as people get older and better at setting boundaries. I'm certainly much clearer than I used to be when I know someone isn't crazy, but it's tough when you're young. One thing I've learned is that you want the person who enthusiastically says yes. A soft no is a no. And even a reluctant or soft yes can be a no. I spent too much time with men who didn't enthusiastically choose me, especially men who only wanted a hookup when I wanted to date. It's tough out there, and I've been where you are. But you deserve someone who is all in, and you've got to pick yourself until you find someone who will pick you. Best of luck out there. I know that broken-hearted feeling well. For the first part, China is more culturally conservative, so having sex is often considered a big step in the relationship. It seemed to me more like, hey, we finally made it this far, rather than I only wanted the sex from her. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some cultural and maybe linguistic misunderstandings in their communication and possibly in the post. But I can't say that's necessarily the case either. It is possible that describes why the sex could have been connective. That doesn't explain why Op still pursued her despite her clearly not being into a relationship or intimacy with him. I get it's hard to accept a no, but that's life. We don't always get closure. But we gotta respect ourselves and others enough that if someone shows their disinterest, you don't try to wear them down by trying to still always make plans until you get them to change their mind. Op never really said anything about the girl saying no. She didn't even say that she had a boyfriend until Op found out by accident. Also, Opus said that they were already intimate when they first met for the 2 months that they were to get her, which means the girl was cheating on her boyfriend with Op. That isn't how I read and understood Op's post. I'd be fascinated to read these alleged texts though. My hunch is that there is some key info we aren't being told. Also, no does not need to be a strict and verbal, written no. And we become screwed as a society if the only way a person is able to stop someone from pestering them for sex is to say it in an explicit manner that the other person understands. In my experience, people grow distant when their words don't matter to the person they're trying to talk to, especially more so if it's for someone you've hooked up with once and have only known a short time. It hurts, but when you find the right person, you won't have any doubts. She should have been honest and told you about her boyfriend. Sorry, dude. Easy or not so easy to move on, but now you're free. Free to focus on yourself, hang out with friends, fall for the next girl. Time to move on. She wants her cake and eat it too. Imagine dating her and she's doing what she's doing with her boyfriend now, stringing along another guy. You wouldn't be happy always wondering if she has a wandering eye. Strung you along enough to keep you there for her convenience, but not so much she has to commit. Drop all contact with her and never look back. You won't regret it. Sorry to tell you, man. But you let her make a fool of you and she's probably laughing about it with her ex that she cheated on too. You could tell her, man, that she kinda cheated from the sound of it. But I'd say best thing is to just disappear from her life and never give her the satisfaction of you again. That also loops you in deeper than anyone would want to be in a situation like that. There's a middle ground of looking out for someone else and yourself. It's tough to find, speaking from major experience, but when you do, it's worth it. You can respect yourself and still be fair to someone else. You both find common ground, not just you being a yes man kiss ass. That's something that'll chase anyone away. When you find that balance though, that's when you know it's right and worth it. Through the good and bad times, you're a good man and she's a selfish woman. You'll both get what's coming to you, for better and for worse. My only major tip of advice: try exercising more respect for yourself and not entirely seeing a relationship with rose-colored lenses, only when the time calls for it. All the best, man, and good luck on the journey to partnership. I think she gave you signs over and over about her lack of commitment, but bringing her boyfriend was cruel. People who aren't upfront and sincere about their feelings are the worst. That really sucks. The only positive is that at least you found out instead on finding out even later. Stay strong, you can get through this. No, you should not continue being friends with her, as she's not a friend to begin with. Block her, because she will reach out at some point. You don't want to get sucked into anything. Just cut ties. She gave you plenty of signals she was not interested. Duh. Never try too hard for a girl. If she really likes you, she will make it easy for you. If she doesn't, she's probably not that into you or on the fence. Either way, it's best not to try too hard. That only works in movies. Or it doesn't work and may even make you look like a stalker. Strung you along enough to keep you there for her convenience, but not so much she has to commit. Drop all contact with her and never look back. You won't regret it. Sorry to tell you, man. But you let her make a fool of you and she's probably laughing about it with her ex that